Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the Grammys and BTS. Um, I was not expecting BTS to not submit arirang to the Grammys, but also I'm like so proud of them, and I'm low-key like hoping that this sets a precedent for other K-pop artists because like the Grammys just be playing in people's faces. I'm sorry. Um, and this also isn't like the first time that an artist has boycotted the Grammys. I think most recently, The Weeknd and Silk Sonic were like the two artists that I kept up with personally that were like, we have enough recognition. Like, the Grammys be playing in our face. Like, who's surprised? Um, Specifically, if you are a person of color, if you are a fan of POC artists, excuse me, you would know that yeah, like the Grammys are just they're like so rigged in a way that's like actually crazy. When I saw that they created the best Asian pop category, I was like, you're just trying to box in these artists, specifically like K-pop artists, and like you just don't want to give them their flowers, which is crazy to me because I'm like, that's like totally like the antithesis of what the Grammy stands for, but like it's a bunch of old white men. Like who's surprised? Because you shouldn't be. I have a cat hair on my lip. I'm so sorry, guys. I literally, God forbid, I like want to kiss my cat on the forehead. I don't know. But I just, when BTS posted on their stories, I'll like put a picture up really quickly because like I just need you guys to read their statement in full. But when they posted on their stories individually talking about some, we're not submitting our album because we want, basically they were like, we want our music to be recognized for what it is, not just pushed into a box just because of our like race or because of like our nationality or whatever. And I just admire them so much for that. Like, that takes some balls to say publicly, especially considering just like how racist like America can be towards Asian people. Like, it's just like it takes guts for real. I'm glad that it's BTS doing it as well because they're the biggest K-pop artist. Period. Like, that's so admirable of them. I do find it interesting that Hybe put out a statement and was like, "Oh, well, this doesn't represent. This is BTS's decision. It doesn't represent all of Hybe." So I'm wondering if they're going to make like Cortis or TXT or like some of their or like 17. I wonder if they're gonna have them submit and they're like just trying to evade like any bad blood between like Hybe, like the execs at Hybe, and then like the execs at the Grammys, because like BTS is low key bigger than the program. I'm so sorry. And I'm saying this as like a TXT ult, but like they're undeniably bigger than like any other K-pop group. Like, that's just facts. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. I find it interesting that the Grammys privated the performances that BTS had at the Grammys for the past like few years or whatever. I think it's very petty. I think that the statement that they released is also very petty. It's very much giving like, oh, we weren't expecting you to actually stand up for yourself and now we're going to like retaliate, which just like shows how like insecure of like a institution they are, to where they're like they feel like they're like they've gotten too big for their britches, low-key. Like, they're just like, oh well, we aren't trying to like exclude anybody. That doesn't, just because like you're nominated in one category doesn't mean that you can't be nominated for like the main categories. And it's like, yeah, but like they're seeing a pattern. They're seeing a pattern, and like also, if that were the case, why wouldn't you nominate like these POC artists, these black artists, these Asian artists, these Latin artists for the main categories and like give them the wins that they deserve? It's giving you wanted to cover your ass, and like these like artists are actually calling you out on your shit, and now they're like, oh, wait, actually we can't get away with just doing whatever the fuck we want. Like, it's very comical to me. But again, bunch of old racist white men in the top like exec positions at the Grammys, so like we shouldn't be surprised. I do wonder what this means for that category. I wonder if they're going to keep it for the next few years, or if they're going to slowly start phasing it out. Because BTS speaking on this was a huge, like, upset. I think Army even, like, were streaming one of their songs off the Arirang album. I think it was Aliens specifically. They were, like, streaming Aliens, and they reached, like, number one on iTunes. Like, it's just like the message that BTS is sending, the message that Army is sending is just like, don't play with us. Like, you played in our face and you know it. Like, don't even try to lie. And it's just like, it's so admirable, honestly. I hope that other artists follow in their footsteps too. And this isn't the first time that the Grammys has been boycotted. Like, plenty of black artists, specifically like rap artists, have been like, Grammys been bullshit. Like, The Weeknd called them out on their bullshit. I know Silk Sonic did. Eminem did too. Like, Eminem was like, nah, like, the Grammys don't be fucking with like anything that's not like specifically like white pop or like white country, because like if they cared about giving other artists from like different countries, from different backgrounds, like a spotlight in their like specific culture, then they would have had like, oh, best Australian pop, best British pop, but they don't. Because they don't consider white people from other countries as like foreign. They only consider people foreign when it's like black people, when it's Latin people, when it's Asian people. Like, it's just, we're tired. 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 I'm curious to see where BTS goes with this, specifically with like future albums, if they release a future album, especially with like their solo music too, because I think some of their solo music is like worthy to be nominated of like Grammys and stuff like that. I wonder how that's gonna go, if they're going to maybe walk back the boycott, or if they're just gonna keep going. Like, it's really up to them at this point. But I just really appreciate BTS taking a stand against like anti-Asian racism, especially in this day and age, especially under this administration. I don't know how much of my audience is American, but like, y'all know it's the dumpster fire over here. And so to have like artists that a lot of people look up to stand up against like covert racism is just like really cool to see, especially this year when people are sort of walking back on stuff, and it's very much like Americana coded. It's very much like, oh, like white nationalism central over here. It's really cool to see people of other races, of other nationalities, of other ethnicities to be like, no, like, we're proud of who we are, and we're not going to stand for this covert racism, because like that's what it is covert racism. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Sorry. So yeah, like, really excited to see who wins that category at the Grammys, if it even ends up like still happening. Like, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it too, because like, again, this was like such a game changer for not even just K-pop, but for like the Grammys like in general. And I don't know, I'm so proud of BTS. I'm so excited to see where they go from here. Like, they're gonna be fine. Like, I love them down. So yeah, bye.